Hello and happy holidays! Grim here, and I'm back on ESO with a holiday house tour and box openings. I was hoping to do this a little bit sooner, but things have been kind of hectic with the holidays coming up and having to finish some gifts and everything. But I finally have a little bit of time! So, originally, I was working on the Maryvine estate as my next house, but then I decided, you know what, holiday seasons are coming up. Might be nice to have like a holiday house to open my holiday boxes in. So, ta-da! I did just that. I made a little holiday themed house. A nice place where the friends and family of the Night Fang family can gather and just party and drink till they drop, really. So with that, I guess I'll get on to the house tour first, and then I'll do the box opening second. So yeah, without further ado, this one I kind of have to go in first person because the ceiling, in order to make the second floor work, is rather low. But yeah, so over here we have our nice little bar of food, and of course sweet rolls, because what's a party without sweet rolls? Where they can get their drinks and stuff. And then, of course, around this time of year, I like to kind of think back on fond memories and everything. So, we have the Holiday Troll, who is rather significant because he reminds me of when I very first started playing ESO a long time ago. Started out pretty rough. Back when I started, I had never played, like, an online multiplayer game, so I had no idea what a tank was, no idea what healers were, I didn't know what DPS was. I, at that time, was just slapping on any piece of equipment that raised, like, my base stats, not realizing that sets had set bonuses. And at the time, I was also playing on a regular HP laptop. No mouse, just using the little scroll pad. And the laptop I was playing on also happened to be around 3 years old. So 3-year-old HP laptop. Needless to say, there was a lot of lag. So much lag. Which was so inconvenient because I started playing because some of my friends wanted me to play because they were having fun. So I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll get the game. So I got ESO and everything. And their favorite thing to do was go to Dolmen's and dance. My computer did not like that. Every single step I took like 3 or 4 seconds to get there, and then as soon as people would come, my game would almost instantly crash out. Nothing would load, I couldn't see any enemies, the players were like black shadow figures. So it was a rather interesting time, but I made it through. But one day, after my friends had kind of stopped playing the game a little bit, I had also stopped playing, but I decided a couple months later, crappy laptop and all, no mouse, I was gonna come back on because I kind of missed it. Well, come back on, I don't even remember where I was at this time, but I was absolutely massacring some mud crabs by myself out in the wilderness. And I happened to unfortunately get a little bit cocky because it was mud crabs. And I was killing them so fast, not realizing that, mud crabs are so easy. I know that now. But back then, no clue. Just massacring mud crabs for fun. But I happened upon a troll. Oh, a troll. And I was like, you know what? I just killed so many mud crabs, I can take them. Didn't realize I had, like, hardly any health, because like I said, I was just slapping on random pieces of equipment, didn't know what I was doing. So I run up to this troll. I smack him. He turns around. Almost one-shots me into oblivion. I had like 10 health left. So in my panic, I tried to run away. Which for the first like 5 seconds was going fantastic. Until one singular player ran across me. And my computer was like, yeah, I can't handle that. All of a sudden, I started lagging. And literally every single step I took, my game would stop for like 30 whole seconds, and then I would like shoot forward. Well, I had no idea where I was, so I just kept going. Unfortunately, though, because I was also using the little pad on the thing because I didn't have a mouse, I ended up shooting myself straight into a town, and apparently in my panic, I had hit the little button on the pad to attack at some point, apparently, for some reason. So I ended up shooting into town through the lag, and because my game was so laggy, I ended up hitting a guard. So needless to say, when my game finally recovered, I was dead on the ground with the guard just walking away from me. So that's like one of my fondest memories of the game from so many years ago. And it's been about 2019 was when I kind of got the game and signed up and everything, but it wasn't until probably about 2 years ago at this point, just about 2 years, where I actually started playing every single day. So it has been 2 years continuously now, every single day playing, and I love the game so much. There's so much, from dungeons to the trials to housing, of course. Like, as you can see, I really like housing. But it's been quite a fun journey. I now know tanks, healers, what DPS is. I actually have sets. Woo! Come a long way though, and it's been a fun journey. So of course, I had to have the troll in my house to commemorate my misery at the beginning. But yeah, so he resides over the little bar, just watching as we feast in utter shock that he can't have any, apparently. So yeah, feasting bar, and then of course, gotta have pot to cook, because if you're going to be drinking copious amounts of alcohol, you should be eating. Please. If you plan on getting hammered this holiday season, please, I implore you, drink lots of water and eat. And always make sure you have a backup plan and a designated driver. PSA over. So yeah, cooking oven where they can cook stuff, and then of course a wine pot where they can either make more wine or soup, one of the two. And then little decorations. And then over here, we have their table where they eat. Turns out, you can use rugs pretty well to cover tables, so that way it looks like a little decorated table. But what's a party without copious amounts of alcohol? Copious amounts of alcohol, games, and then music. So yeah, that's kind of like the sort of like chilling area. And then the hardest part of the whole thing, decorations. Why do they not have any ornaments in this game? Like, just proper ornaments. Why do you have to do the randomest stuff? But yeah, I was able to get the Christmas tree from the Golden Pursuits that they have currently. Was able to kind of get it down to where it looked like normal size. And then, of course, we've got, like, all the presents and gifts that they have to open. And then, of course, up here, we have Krampus. Because if you have a holiday house, you have to have Krampus in your house. And then, of course, to kind of preside over the party. What is a party without the great Sanguine? Sanguine? One of the two. Either way, he's literally my favorite Daedric Prince. Literally the best one. Every quest with him is fun. So, of course, you gotta have him presiding over the party. And then up here, we've got the wreath and the decorations. And of course, over here by the door, we've got the dutiful Gwar all decked out in his attire. I will say to get the glowing effect, because if you check the house, which this will also be listed on the home tours at some point, he's got candles underneath him. So that way he's kind of lit up. That's what gives him that glowing matte effect. I will say that because if you come into the house and you try to kind of like see like what's underneath him, it's going to be kind of hard because the hitbox is kind of hard to find. So yeah, we've got the dutiful Gwar, we've got the beautiful decorations all hung up, and then of course we've got the fire underneath the logs, so that way it looks like it's lit. And then up here next to Krampus, the red glow is from an enchanted salt lamp. Hlalu enchanted salt lamp, I think is what it's called. So that way it gives like that glowing effect from him. And like I said, we got up here. And then, of course, if you come up here, if you get hammered far too much, we've got the resting area. So that way, you don't gotta worry about going out when you're incapacitated. Just crash here for the night. Woo! Oop. So yeah, that's the entire house. So let me know what y'all think. Alright, now, onto the box opening. I don't really have like a ton of boxes, just because like I've been kind of busy. But I do have some, so I will be opening those. Which I am excited to get more furnishings like this. Furnishings, and then the alchemy and provisioning ingredients is what I really like. I'm not gonna lie, these I usually just discard those. Oh, and the Ritz, those are also nice as well. Ooh. Ooh, perfect, I needed that actually. Got the set almost complete. Not quite though. I think I still need the skirt as well. Oh, ooh! Okay. I'll take that. Man, I do not need the Morningstar stuff anymore. Alright, so that appears to be everything that Crusher has. Take another look at the glorious gifts. Bountiful and prosperous. Alright. Alright, and then as we can see, Severa has a couple more boxes on her. Ooh. Getting a lot of reds. The only ones I really care to do for like the Imperial Charity one and the Deep Winter Charity is the food ones. Because otherwise the other ones just take way too many materials to make, and I'd rather spend that on other furnishings. Yeah, these boxes actually contain like a pretty decent amount of stuff. Like the 10 stacks is really nice. Ooh. Ooh! Okay, I will definitely take more of that. Oh, wow. I'm definitely gonna have to sell that later on when the price goes back up. I wonder if I actually have that already. Ooh, I will take Columbine. Columbine is a definite yes. Alright, so that appears to be everything from them. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so with that, that concludes the video. So have a good night, everybody.